I want to talk about Switch 2 and the significance of its color scheme, orange and blue. Hello, my dears. Hero here, and it is finally real, and the leaks were kind of right about everything, so if you've been paying attention to the leaks about Nintendo Switch 2, which is what it is called officially, you probably watched this trailer and weren't very surprised at all. But if you've successfully managed to avoid the leaks up till now, congratulations by the way, this trailer must have been pretty cool for you. There's lots of things we can talk about with this official Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, but what caught my attention and what I'd like to talk about is the new console's color scheme. First off, orange and blue, awesome color scheme. Orange is my favorite color, and blue is my second favorite because it complements orange. So that is a W color scheme in my opinion. But why did they pick orange and blue when red and blue so clearly defined the Switch generation? Well, first of all, Switch 2 isn't a Switch Pro, it is a brand new console. So instead of going from a PS4 to a PS4 Pro, it's more like jumping from a PS4 to a PS5. So you have to make it as clear to the public as possible that this is a brand new device. And so you have to think about, how do we brand this differently? And a big part of branding is color. So I think by keeping the blue from the original Switch, but then swapping out the red for orange, you communicate to the public that this is still a Switch, but it's the new one. Get a little bit of old and new with these colors. Now, something I didn't realize until 3 or 4 years into the Switch life cycle is that the original red and blue color scheme was picked because Mario, he's red and blue, and he's Nintendo's boy, he's the mascot, so red and blue Joy-Cons made sense. So one theory I have for the reason they picked orange and blue is because this console is going to give a lot of love to old classic Nintendo franchises that have been needing to make a comeback. Like this year's much anticipated Metroid Prime 4, Beyond. So I don't think they picked orange and blue because of Samus to represent Samus. But I do think by picking orange and blue, they're also giving a nod to Samus. Nintendo knows that the fans have been waiting a long time for Metroid Prime 4. It's probably going to be exclusive to the Switch 2 and be a big system seller this holiday season. That's my prediction. And so yeah, Samus will only be the first. Metroid Prime 4 will mark a step in a bunch of old franchises coming back to Switch 2. Is that an out there theory? Yes. But I am a Nintendo fan, so what else did you expect, really? Another reason they could have picked orange and blue for the new console could be a nod back to the new 2DS generation. The new 2DS XL, was that what it was called? Whatever that console was called. That was the very last DS that Nintendo ever produced. The end of an era for them. And those came out in orange and blue and were accented actually by this similar gray to the new Switch. So many people will probably notice that the new consoles have a color scheme identical to these versions of the DS. So yeah, maybe just in the eyes of the company, this is also very classic colors that represent Nintendo. Some people might think of Splatoon 1 when they see orange and blue. I think red and blue is a more obvious, like, Nintendo nostalgia color scheme, but if you're gonna pick another set of colors, orange and blue does make you think of a couple of other Nintendo things. Final reason why I think these colors are significant is they've added colored accents under the joysticks of the Joy-Cons. I'm gonna guess they're gonna call these Joy-Cons too. I think by adding that color under the joysticks, they're trying to signify that these thumbsticks will be better than the last generations. Now, Nintendo never openly admitted that Joy-Con drift was real, and when it got taken to courts, they just stalled out the case until the case was dropped. So Nintendo kind of got away with selling controllers with bad thumbsticks, which, despite how wonderful the Switch generation was, that did negatively impact their hardware reputation. So I think they're subtly trying to emphasize the joysticks in this hardware reveal trailer with these nice new colors. And we don't really know anything about them, but the hope is they will function better. They're like, don't worry guys, we worked on the thumbsticks this time, but we won't outright say that we messed up last time. So look, new, shiny. Because yeah, this was a video that didn't have any words to it. I'm sure we'll get details very soon with how the technology works exactly. I'm very curious to see what the new C button does. And I want them to talk about the Joy-Cons acting like a mouse now, a computer mouse. I need an explainer video of that, not just some wordless video of the Joy-Cons sliding across the surface. But yeah, I think that's the strategy, you know? People can't complain about the hardware too much yet if they haven't fully explained exactly what it does. So yeah, that was me overthinking a 2-minute video. If you enjoyed the ramble, thank you for sticking around. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the Switch 2. Do you like the new colors? And if you liked the video, consider leaving it a like. Subscribe if you like Nintendo and want to see me talk about their games, upcoming and from the past. I am currently going through my backlog of Nintendo games, and you can follow that journey here on the channel if you subscribe. And a little peek behind the curtain here, I am currently catching up with the Metroid franchise so that I can properly enjoy Prime 4 with the rest of you when it drops. You're not going to want to miss any of that, so subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay super.